Now, a couple of signs from a local tanning salon are shocking residents by stating tanning is actually good for your health and reduces skin cancer. Pro News 7's Natalie Granda joins us with what folks are saying. Natalie?
That's right, Lisa. Viewers sent a tip to Pro News 7 telling us about the signs. Neon Sun Tanning is advertising that tanning can reduce the odds of getting several diseases, including skin cancer. While the owner says he has several studies that back up his signs, dermatologists and the American Cancer Society are saying the opposite. I spoke to the owner and a local dermatologist to see if there is any truth to those signs. On the corner of Bell and Hillside, a sign is getting a lot of attention.
It's completely absurd.
Neon Sun Tanning Salon claims tanning is actually beneficial to an avid tanner's health. Blake Goldston, the owner of the salon, says he has several reports from the Centers of Disease Control and Prevention and the World Health Organization to back up his claim that there is no specific research showing the correlation between tanning beds and melanoma.
There is no research that exists that shows a causal relationship between indoor tanning and an increased incidence in skin cancer or melanoma.
According to a recent report by the Surgeon General, skin cancer is on the rise with 9,000 melanoma-related deaths a year. But on this sign, Goldston says the opposite and says skin cancer is decreasing and has his own studies to back it up.
The incidence of melanoma has been on the decline since the turn of the century. The overall risk of someone in the United States getting melanoma is, and I quote from, I believe it's the American Cancer Society, significantly less than 0.2%. Statistically, people who tan indoors, the statistic is almost exactly the same.
But the American Cancer Society says differently, and based on their information gathered from the National Institute of Health and the National Cancer Institute, Texas is estimated at having more than 3,000 with skin cancer, and a total amount of 590 deaths in 2014 alone from skin cancer.
Skin cancers and melanomas is from UV radiation, and the two sources of that are obviously, one is the sun, and then the second is the ultraviolet rays that come from tanning beds.
Local dermatologist Dr. Elaine Cook says the earlier you tan, the more it could harm you in the long run.
A 59% increase in melanoma in people who've used tanning beds, and a second study showed a 75% increase in melanoma if people started using tanning beds before the age of 35.
The American Cancer Society also says melanoma is the second most common cancer in people between the ages of 15 to 35. The American Cancer Society also says, according to a report by the U.S. Federal Trade Commission, tanning salons often advertise it's beneficial to a person's health. From the Kennedy Broadcast Center, Natalie Granda, Pro News 7.